You're listening to I'm Telling You. You're listening to I'm Telling You.
Hey fam, welcome back to another episode of I'm Telling You.
I'm telling you.
With always you and us and everyone else as we gather together. Philly D.
Mr. Gemini.
Back check a clickety clack at Miss JD.
And for those of you that would like to reach out to us, because we would love for you to continue the conversation, you can hit us up, ITY at directionsinmusic.org.
Or Gemini at
individually
at directionsinmusic.org. That's GEMINI at directionsinmusic.org.
Yeah, and Philly D, PHILLYD, directionsmusic.org. First time listeners, if you're just checking in, we are a 30-year friendship of two guys just
30 plus.
Yeah, dude, it is. Dude, you admitted that. Oh, good for you, bro. I'm very proud of you right now. This is a special moment. I'm really happy. But yeah, this is a 30 plus year friendship of us literally talking about anything and everything. I mean, we'll get into like string theory, spirituality, permaculture, supporting your community. I mean, you name it, we talk about it. We throw at you like some dad jokes, movie quotes.
Was it transvestite zombies? Was it?
Oh, I forget what is. Oh, dude, that was like series 1, man. We're going back at this point. You know what I mean? Because we've been at this for a while. So yeah, that's like back in our original crappy mics, recording on our phone. Like, oh, dude, those were.
It's
horrible.
all the same conversation though. It's just a continuance of the same conversation.
Pretty much, yeah. This is a conversation that we've been having since we were like 13 and stuff. And then sometimes we get to bring people in on it, which is kind of cool. Because, I mean, actually tonight we have guests in the house. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Marissa. Okay, keep going. I didn't know if you wanted me to go ahead and this is what I do.
Give us a quick elevator pitch, as you would call it. Like, give us your background. Like, what are you into? What do you do? Because I mean, this is how we got into
a little bit of everything.
A little bit. You got a long list. Like, I don't even want to read your resume. It was ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, I have to tailor it to everything that I do. But no, I work for Team Trivia out of North Carolina. So I run trivia shows out of bars and restaurants in the area. I am also a pirate performer and reenactor with the Shadow Players Stage Combat Group out of Raleigh, North Carolina. We have a stage or a sword fighting comedy show that we do at pirate festivals and other events. I'm also a siren portrayer. It's just to shorten it so people know what it is. I'd say professional mermaid, but technically I'm a siren. I'm also a volunteer actress with Jacksonville Performing Arts. And I am a volunteer cosplayer. I portray different superheroes with Project Superhero. So a little bit of everything.
Yeah, it's, again, more than a little bit. This is an extremely long resume, which, so we started talking in the green room. I'd like to maybe go back to this if we can, revisit the whole Siren Mermaid thing. Well, because you made a really good point.
I feel like the siren just kind of created the whole idea for the mermaid to take shape. Because it seems to me like that's one of the older stories.
Because I put it as it was the same thing represented by two different people. So it was like two different perspectives of the same exact scenario. But she took it a further point, was like, hey, it seems to be more as if, and you were saying like sirens or the evil or the draw you in for their own selfish things, whereas mermaids are a little bit more of that like mythical but very positive and just like, hey, we're here to, you need help. They're almost like a dolphin in a sense, I guess. I don't know.
Or they keep to themselves. They learn the value of being an introvert and they keep away from humans.
They like suck your life essence or something like that.
But that's also like succubus, but it's like of the sea. But
maybe from the show Supernatural, so it's not really accurate information. But
it's coming from us. It's not accurate information. Not until JD pops in. That's why you have
the clackety clack.
That's why I say when she pops in, she's like, by the way, it's like, here we go. Now we get the truth on this. Which occasionally we are right. Like we have been correct before. It's not often, but
confirmed once.
No, once simultaneously where we were both correct.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, there was a few times we were both individually correct. I mean, again, it doesn't happen often.
Sometimes I'm right. Sometimes you're right.
Sometimes I'm all left. It's really where we're at in the moment. Dad jokes. Hey, this is what you signed on for. Hang in there for an hour. enjoy.
Dad quotes, movie jokes.
Dude, sometimes we do quote dads.
We
Yeah.
get our merds wixed all the time.
Yeah.
Take 3 left so you can come right back around.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 lefts do. Yeah, James. Gallagher, man. I love that guy.
So you want to go up the street here and you want to make a left. All right. And after you do that, you make your very next left after that. And then you make another left and then you make it, and then you come back here, and then you ask me again,
bro. So I told you this story before, so maybe you remember this. I was working at a gas station across from our high school, right?
Right.
Like you know the gas, literally parking lot to parking lot. There's a street that separates.
Was it Getty?
Well, no, that one was a mobile. No, wait, no, I forget what it was. I forgot honestly what it was, because it switched a couple of times as the company progressed. But long story short,
anyway, yeah.
I'm there pumping gas, and this guy comes in and he's like, "I need directions." Oh yeah, of course, bro. Whatever. He's like, "I'm trying to get to," and he says the high school, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's right there." And he's like, "No, it's blah 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 blah." I'm like, "No, that's
right there."
That's
it's
the one
right there.
No, it's I was just like, wait, you're right. I'm totally mixed up. All right, what you want to do is you want to pull out of here, make a right. Okay, you're gonna go to the next light, which is like not even half a block, right? When you get to that light, you want to make another right. He's like, all right, cool, make another right. I'm like, all right, you're gonna go up about 1.5 blocks, and you're gonna hit a stop sign. When you get to that stop sign, you want to make another right. And he's like, all right, cool, make another right. I'm like, all right, once you're there, you're gonna go about another 2.5 blocks, and you'll see the front of the school, and you can wrap around and make a right, and it'll take you to the parking lot. He's like, perfect, thanks so much. Literally told the guy to take a massive freaking U-turn, and he accepted this information.
No, you made him drive in a circle. Like, the only better way to do that is to say, and when you finish making that last right, then you come right back here and you ask me again, and I'll tell you the truth.
Well, but so here's the thing, though, is at the time,
right there.
At that time, there was also that back alley section because they added the second parking lot. Because they didn't have that when we were there. They were just starting to build that one, which became like the sophomore lot or whatever. It's like whoever could actually, the spillover from.
Yeah.
So I told him, like, we're on that side. I told him to go all the way around to the other side. So, like, not only did I get him a U-turn, but I literally put him in the other parking lot on the other side of the freaking property. So I made him go all the way, which is also the furthest walk to the building.
But if that's what it took for him to get it.
Exactly. Yeah, no, hey.
I mean, because, we don't all get there the same way.
This is true.
This is true. And that's one of the messages I like to bring to this show.
Sometimes you learn things on the journey around the building.
I mean,
I think it's usually.
I hope you're learning something on the journey.
I feel like you and me, between our conversations, we more times than not.
Pain is the best teacher.
But you and I, more times than not, it is the journey that has been the most memorable or thing that we can pull from. Which I really want to agree with you on that, because we talk about the Last Shaman. The Last Shaman, he was going for a purpose.
Our suffering that makes us human. Nah, go on. Seriously. You button hook me.
But yeah, so in the Last Shaman, it really is. He's going to Peru to drink ayahuasca because he's tried every other technique to heal himself.
Well, he said he's given himself 10 months.
Well, a year when he started it. He's like, I give myself 1 year. And then that's when he was like, you know what, I'm going to. And he only had 10 months at that point by the time he made it down.
I'm going off the quote. He said I had 10 months left.
Correct. Yeah, because he's like, I'm going to give myself a year to figure out what's wrong with me, or I'm just going to kill myself because there's no point to this. And I mean, he literally elected to have electroshock therapy. Like, he was like, ooh, me next. And it didn't work, but
he was desperate.
Exactly. And so he was so desperate to the point that he's like, screw this. I'm going to Peru. I'm going to go on this ayahuasca journey. And in doing it, the journey in and of itself is really what taught him to love himself in life again.
What had happened, though, was...
What had happened was...
Well, no, the electroshock therapy was not only such a complete failure in itself, but it made him realize that, like, modern... like Western medicine just doesn't have.
Yeah, I think that was like the last trigger.
Like, it's a band-aid
I think
at best. So. And I think that was one of the things he was coming to terms with. And he's like, everything that they've thrown at me, it's only made it worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was, I think that's what you're saying, to bring it back around again, is that you said to me, you said that it wasn't so much the destination, like, and the ayahuasca experience itself, but the journey he took in getting there and kind of like how he grew. And if you think about it, in a way, it was a perfect story. It almost could have been written that way. So I mean, it's supposedly it's based on his story.
Yeah, it's almost like it's almost like a vlog, like a documentary kind of a thing that he cuts it into a documentary style. But yeah, it's first person perspective. He's given like real face to face, and he's videoing all of this.
But that you would mention that, so he actually finds, was it 2 other shaman first, and realizes, was it 2 or 3?
2.
It was just 2 that they showed.
So the first one was like the super commercial big wig in town, and it's almost like going to Vegas for ayahuasca. You know what I mean?
He was proud to say that he'd never killed anybody except for that one time.
Well, yeah, and it was when he was there. He's like, "Oh, this has never happened."
One
But
time.
just when you're here. But yeah, and then he finds more of a local. And he takes him in, he really tries to explain to him what ayahuasca is as far as actual medicine and the journey and everything. From there, he winds up actually going further into the jungle, then finding true...
Well, you said that the one that he settled on was a guy that spoke English because...
He was an American. Yeah, he was an American that like settled down there.
His language, his grasp on the language was good enough for him to be able to communicate. He thought that was a blockage for him. But yeah, go on.
Well, I mean, in a sense, yeah, he basically was telling him like, he's like, I can only give you so much, and kind of tells him it's like, yo, if you really want to do it. And so yeah, he goes further in the jungle, finds a true shaman, and the reason why we say true shaman, the expectation is that a true medicine man.
That's what the guy said. Yeah,
he gives because that's the position that person's in.
He doesn't
that's why
expect anything financially in return because.
Well, yeah, this is your God-given gift. So me as a shaman, it's my job to heal you, not to charge you for it. It's also my job to give you this gift. This is my purpose on this earth.
Also, I got the sense that when he was there, he was put to work, and that was part of the journey as well. But in putting him to work, it's like you're not staying here for free in a way. Like you're part of the family right now. So if we got to go out and pick up this ayahuasca, I'm going to pick up a month's supply. You're coming with me. Go out in the woods and chop this stuff up and bring it back on your shoulder, and
as well as water on a day to day. I mean, fish or anything. Yeah, man.
Even if that's not the case, I think that for him it was like that was his Miyagi. That for him was part of the journey. It's like, get to know the plant. Like, you have to harvest it. We're going to show you how to do it.
There's a discipline involved.
Right. And it's something about intent too. I mean, I've always said, like, there's something about intent. Like, when you put on a uniform and you go to a specific place to perform a task, it makes it stand aside from if you just buy gym equipment and put it in your bedroom. Because then it just becomes like a towel rack.
Well, see, in you saying that, it really does draw to what I said was the bigger point behind the Last Shaman, where it was the journey. He was so focused on this is the thing that's going to heal me or break me that he went all in. So he let go, was willing to be a part of the experience instead of saying, hey, I'm going to do this and this is how I'm going to get there. He's just like, no, this is the mountain and I got to go to that mountain. Didn't matter what the journey was to get there, but that's what it wound up being. And so he just accepted that path, and the journey became the teaching moment.
Right. Yeah. And he went into it not really knowing what kind of expectations to have. So it wasn't like it wasn't something like none of what he experienced was anything you would expect. And it's just so funny.
They're eyeballing each other.
What's going on?
Miss JD and our guest they're like sign languaging each other over here.
We're not doing anything. We're not doing anything.
Hand check, everyone.
See anything.
Hand check.
Didn't see anything. Good girl speak. You can't. We don't talk about it. We don't talk about Bruno.
What?
No. We don't.
I don't even know what that means. I'm so out of the loop.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Can we talk about the tea? Can we talk about that?
You can talk about tea, but only to those that want to talk to you about tea
and that are conscious. Oh, you can't talk tea to an unconscious person. Oh,
It doesn't really work.
you know, we never said this. For those of you at home who haven't recognized, we actually have the three of us in the studio together, and we have a guest on as well. Like this is the first time we've had like just us three.
Well,
but
this is somewhat of an anniversary event because this kind of marks like the beginning of a new series too. So
we've been on DIM for over a year now, and yeah, we're on series number 4. Like, dude, we've been doing this for a while, man. 4. You call me the cockle, okay? Son the cockle, okay. That's okay. Oh my god. But yeah, dude, hey, let's break the fourth wall. At home, fam, we appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking us out. Like,
we love you, Danger Mouse. We love you.
We do. Yeah, we are your fans. Like, honestly. Dude, you
got her busting up.
Stop button hooking JD over here. What the heck? Hey, Marissa, I got a question for you. So, out of all the stuff that you've done, because a lot of the times, like the stuff you were showing us, because, you know, we always do stuff on the backside, conversations and whatnot, especially when we bring on a guest. We want to know some stuff. You sent us this one video where you were swimming in a pool for this little girl. Like, how often doing what you do you get the opportunity to really give back to the community in that sense?
Well, with Scarlet Siren, or the Siren Scarlet, that was my first time. But Project Superhero is a 501c3, so everything I do with them is, you know, it's giving back to the community. And the Shadow Players, we couple with Mile of Hope every year. So that's a complete volunteer event. And actually, we're going up to Deltaville, Virginia this weekend and christening the Luna. It's a Bermuda sloop with the Colonial Seaport Foundation. And that's all charity work that my captain, our artistic director, sorry, I can't talk, I need coffee. Our artistic director is on their board.
Our autistic director? No, I heard that.
Yeah,
you guys are all inclusive is what I heard. That's beautiful. This is what we promote here.
There you go. But I try in every way to do something for the community. And just like with Jacksonville Performing Arts, you know, we're all volunteer actors. We actually just founded a teen outreach program as a 501c3 nonprofit. And it's completely free for the kids to come in. They're putting on a Midsummer Night's Dream. But I've been basically, trained isn't the right word for it, but in some way, shape, and or fashion, everything that I've done since growing up has tried to give back to the community in some way.
Dude, that's awesome. That's what we're here. That's like literally what we're here and doing. And
that's one of your pillars, isn't it? That's
because I always say the 3 things. You have to be entertaining, educational, and giving back to your community, whether it's just by support, meaning that you build them up, or you give them the support to do it, or the information, or, you know, somehow or another, you got to be giving back. You know, so.
Well, that's definitely something I get to do with Shadow Players. I'm the newest member, but the captain has recently named me the ship's historian, because not only am I the bookworm, but I've started giving historical talks. And I have 3 girls, and my youngest is still in elementary school, and they did career day not too long ago. So I showed up as a professional pirate performer.
Nice.
I was definitely one of the most interesting parents there.
But I went ahead and...
Exactly.
My dad's a police officer. Yeah, sit down, Thomas. Nobody
My
cares.
mom's a pirate. But I went ahead and I gave a historical talk on what is piracy and the different history and how piracy was instrumental in the economic infrastructure and development of the United States colonies. And it's actually why the United States Navy was formed.
Right.
And yeah, so it's just, and a lot of kids are like, whoa. And it's, so
yeah, they don't teach that in
school.
Pirates
Important. No, they don't. But I get to do those kind of educational talks. And I did a shortened version of one when we were at the Greenville Pirate Festival in April. And I had this teacher come up to me and she said, I just have to thank you. I'm a teacher here in Pitt County, and I was trying to figure out what curriculum for the last 2 weeks of school we use. And now I know. It's like, yes, I'm corrupting the masses.
Nice.
But I've actually got to get up with her. Thank you for Suda reminding me. I've got to get up with her and schedule that.
It's an important part of history because it changed a lot of things as far as.
Well, I found out an interesting tie with pirates and the Knights Templar. So the Knights Templar and the Spanish Knights, once they were run out of France, they went to not Peru.
I want to go to Peru.
The other one. Why can't I think of what it's called? Anyways, so they went to this other country, Spanish country, and they were all set up there, and they were embraced by the government, the kings, like all of it, and they just rebranded the cross. So it's Portugal. So it was the old cross, and then they put like one overlapping the other. So you'll see the old cross in the new cross, and then. So I found out that the Jolly Roger, this is where it ties in with the pirates. So when they were all sent out of France, some of them were, in prison. Some of them were angry and they just sailed off and became pirates. But the Jolly Roger symbol dates back to it's a good way to put this.
That's never how you want to start a conversation.
I know there's a nicer way to say it, but like the decapitation of John the Baptist. So that's like the skull and crossbones is the Jolly Roger. It symbolizes John the Baptist being beheaded for the fight of the Knights of Templar. So
I didn't know.
Yeah.
That I didn't know.
That's
but yeah, I focus a lot on female pirate history because they are completely underrepresented. And the superstition is that women aren't to be on ships. It's the man's thing. And I mean, it's, feminism 101 on what we're fighting for.
There was one, I can't remember her name, but she was just as tough as any one of those guys.
Anne Bone.
Was that it?
Well,
Annie Bone.
Anne Bonny and Mary Read were the most popular and well known from the golden age of piracy, which was the late 1600s to early 1700s, which is Blackbeard, that time.
Right.
But actually the most successful pirate in all of pirate history was a woman by the name of Qing Shi. She was Chinese. And I mean, just for a ratio, Blackbeard had control of, I believe it was 4 ships and 300 men. I could be misquoting those figures on that. She had 1,800 ships and 80,000 men in her fleet.
That's a whole different, yeah.
And she was so successful and so unbeatable. Difference. Yeah, she walked into the Chinese government building one day and she was surrounded by women and children, that went with her. And after 2 days of negotiations, she successfully obtained retirement pensions for her and all of her crew. So, and it's unheard of. Obviously, pirates are known to die at sea or in battle, but all of her pirates were able to die old and warm in their beds on the government dime because they were like, just get rid of her, give her whatever she wants, just so we can get her off the ocean.
Huh. Because, dude, at that scale, you're now talking armada.
Well, at one point, the English government was handing out, what do you call it? Basically, get out of jail free cards for all the
letters
pirates.
Of marque.
Letters. Okay. See?
Look at it. Oh.
Well, that's why I'm getting it wrong on purpose. So see what I did
you
there?
throw it into me.
But yeah.
Well, and that's something I touch on is privateer and pirate. The main difference between or really the only difference between the two is that privateers were legally endorsed by their countries as long as they, like in England's case,
they were originally.
Queen Elizabeth actually employed pirates, but quietly. So while she openly said pirates are bad, she had her sea dogs that she would go, send to attack Spain and steal from Spanish fleets. But privateers would have letters of marque that they would go do the bidding of their nations and go attack those ships. So as long as they stayed within those parameters, they were okay. But if they crossed that line, then they got into trouble, and they became outlaws and pirates. They were known as enemies of all mankind.
See, that's what's so funny, though. That's like, what's the difference between the government and the mob?
One taxes you, and wait, no. Yeah, that's it.
Well, one is a forced tax and one's a
I mean, honestly,
optional tax. Really,
not really.
There's not a whole lot of
Come on, let's be for real.
I don't think either one would be technically optional.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well,
no.
You have
If you're
the
a small
option to be
business owner, no.
imprisoned,
That's
or
what-
your
that's
fingers
what
be
I'm-
broken, or
But I mean,
end
if
up
it's
in
a
the
matter
river.
of playing numbers, like it's your choice to play numbers. You know,
Yeah, wasn't there a Netflix show that portrays the more honest chronological history of piracy? Like, I feel like it was Netflix that did this. It was like a little
I
mini.
think it was the Last Pirate Kingdom.
Maybe it was like a 6
I
series.
know I watched a special on Black,
something like that. But they were talking
That was
about being like
fascinating.
privateers and how they were setting up because they were basically trying to. Because you made the point of that was like the start of the
That may have
colonies truly saying, "Hey, we need to be independent." They kind of like started that in a sense. But yeah. So I feel it. But it was, and I was watching. I was like, "Holy crap!" Like
You know,
this
it's weird, and you wouldn't think it, but to this day, like a courtroom and like a lot of the ways that we write our laws is all based
Right.
originally on maritime law.
Yeah.
So the reason that a courtroom looks the way it does is because it's basically it's supposed to look like the captain's deck aboard a ship. That's why he's above you, talking to his people.
I thought it was because he wanted to have a better perspective.
Like the
Like,
whole
you gotta-
no, but seriously, like the whole layout of that is based on the deck of a ship.
Yeah, I mean, think about it with all the guide rails and all that
That
stuff.
originally,
with the-
because we used to practice law in the sea. Like there was a certain set rule of thumb for anybody that boards a vessel on the sea.
yeah, that's why
So-
I think because us going back to
So
when
our laws are based originally in anchored in maritime law.
Oh, nice. That was good. But yeah, remember back in our first series where we were talking about our manifesto of like what it is, our guidelines or whatever, and we put in their parlay.
Yeah.
And parlay is an automatic given where it's like, hey, you got to cease all things and now have a conversation. So it's like, yeah, this is parlay, bro. Like I'm calling parlay. We got to nix this. We're going to talk, figure this out, and we'll come back to it.
Well, I mean, it's kind of the same thing in like the rules of engagement during a war.
Yeah.
I mean, as far back as even if you go back to medieval times when we were fighting with swords and shields and stuff, like you had these armies on horseback and archers and all whatever, that everybody would stay back on either side, and the two leaders of each army would meet in the middle and they'd discuss the parameters of their engagement.
Yep. They're more like guidelines anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but think about that. The
All
most
is fair.
supposed lawless people actually had the most consistent structure within their rules of engagement.
Well,
Yes, they did.
that's because if you were to break one of your rules of brotherhood,
You're right.
you weren't just killed, you were like keel hauled. Do you know what that means?
Yep.
Isn't that when they strap you to the front?
I'll let her do this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Field that one for
Oh
me.
no, go ahead. Go ahead on that one.
Yeah, no, I think then they like strap you to the front of the boat and basically just let you pound away.
So you're like that
Basically,
mermaid
they
on
would-
the front of the ship.
They would tie you. They would tie you off on whatever the name of the front of the boat is. I'm terrible with these
Yeah.
nautical terms, but
Nautical.
they would
You
tie you to the front of the boat, and basically
Sanskrit of
throw you
3,000 years.
throw you off the front, and then you kind of bounce and scrape along the bottom
Yep.
where all the barnacles are
Yeah.
and all the
Yep.
nasty sludges, because those pirate ships don't get cleaned that often.
No, they're constantly used.
I mean, that's probably what holds them together.
No, because it's an entire process. You have to basically drag the ship up on the tide. And I mean, have you guys watched Black Sails?
Which
Think
one?
so.
In the first season, they do a really good depiction of it, where you have to pull it up, and if you don't have it anchored properly, any number of things can happen. But the last thing you want your ship to do is tip over completely, and then you're in trouble. You can't get that boat back in the water. But
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't want to
you-
like
you didn't
beat
wanna mess with
yourself, basically.
But basically,
Exactly.
like law on a pirate ship is it's one step above mob rule. Basically, it's one guy's basically in charge, but if everybody else decides on something, captain goes, "All right,
Well, yeah. Well,
exactly,
True democracy.
They
I can't
had
have a-
democratic. Exactly.
I can't have a
Every
mutiny.
ship was their own democratic government. They voted. The crew voted. Everybody had an equal vote, and the crew would vote before every mission. they could meet together and decide to vote a captain on or off. They could.
Honestly,
everybody got an equal share.
This is where democracy came from originally.
Mm-hmm.
It came from, and that's why I say it came from maritime law originally, because it was
a lot
actually
of
the most
people-
honest form of government. Because everybody knew
a
if
lot
they
of
didn't.
people defected from the Royal Navy, from working at the Royal Navy, because they would get more money and they were treated better, and the conditions even were better on pirate ships than they were on Royal Navy ships.
It wasn't until they went rogue that they it was actually quite a good life to live.
Mm-hmm.
When it became illegal, a lot of guys jumped ship. A lot of guys joined the dark side and continued on in whatever way, even if it was just to retire. Right?
Yep.
In a lot of cases.
And to clarify, it is literally called a figurehead. The carved wooden carved.
The carved.
Can't talk. The wooden carved structure, and that goes on the front of the ship.
Yeah, what was yeah,
It's just called a
That
figurehead.
was actually, and it was always female because that was
No,
always
not always.
nearly, I thought, because
Or no, it's a bow.
that was something about that weird like rule that you
It's
said
supposed
that
to embody the spirit of the ship or the crew, so it can be anything. Like they have horses and mythical creatures.
you're
but
going back even
Mermaids.
to
yeah,
like Viking ships and
Mer persona.
Sirens.
So I think
Mersona.
what he was
Mersona.
referring to was the bow. The bow is the front of the ship.
Yes.
The stern is the back, and then you had port and starboard. So no, they'd throw you off the bow, and then what they would do is they would tie you. I mean, obviously, the people who are listening can't see, but they would tie you horizontally, and then they would go ahead and have somebody on either side and walk you back. And
That's
if you
right. Yeah.
survive.
So they would have
Yeah,
shipmen- they would have seamen on either side.
You looked
Way
at
to
me.
swallow that
Walking away from the
fact.
boat.
Way to swallow that fact.
Dude, you literally, as you said that, looked at me and like you did it to yourself.
Yeah, he's like, oh God. The look on his face was like halfway, oh God, did I do that? And yes, I
It's
did.
already coming out. I just gotta let it go.
I can't stop.
That's
it
what he
feels
said.
so good. Hey, Timmy, can I stay over at your house? Why? So you could jerk off on my mom too?
Oh ho, yo ho, a pirate's life for me. All the seamen.
Oh
Wow,
my God.
son. Check out the Buccaneers on that one.
No, where was it? Look at the fins on that one.
Oh my God. I still laugh because I almost choked. I'm in my tail in the middle of this pool, surrounded by kids that are excited, and I just hear this dad that, hey, look at the fins on that mermaid. I'm like, oh my God! Because I've heard before, I fish for that. But then later he's like, no, my daughter was there, and I'm with my wife. I didn't say that. I'm like, dude, it's okay. Because I said that's the funniest mermaid pickup line I've ever. It wasn't a pickup line. It's like,
Yeah,
dude.
like all the typical, like, man, I could really use some fish right now.
Oh,
Fish sounds really good right now. I don't know why.
but
Hey. Why do mermaids wear seashell bras?
Oh God, no. All right, why not? Why do mermaids wear seashell bras?
Because these shells are too small.
Wow. Yeah, it works.
So apparently we were dad jokes, movie quotes, and mermaid jokes now.
Just call me Gordon because I just caught that shit.
Oh my goodness, dude, bro! I called it coming in here. I said all three of us in the studio and having a guest on. Dude, shenanigans,
Off the easy.
dude. We are off.
Shenanigans.
We are off.
Sniggles and shenanigans.
Dude, it's for poopies and ha-has.
You mean shenanigans?
Hey, hey Farva. Yeah. Put those away.
Hey,
Hey, you mean
Farva,
the
what's
place
the
with the mozzarella sticks?
yeah? What's that place with all the goofy shit on the wall and the mozzarella sticks? Oh, what, you mean shenanigans?
You mean shenanigans?
No, it's
Yo, no,
Afghanistan animation.
Dude, earlier you said 2 liters. I was about to be like, I want a liter of cola. I was like, oh, he
Why
said
don't you just get a large, Farva?
I don't want a large
Farva
Farva.
Run.
What a goddamn liter of cola.
Liter cola. Do we have liter cola?
Just get a large, Fargo.
Can't believe we're doing this right now.
Why, dude? No, this is what we do. This is what we do.
Did you see what she did there?
No, what happened?
Right, meow.
Right, meow.
Oh, I did not know.
Right now.
I was too caught in the moment. I was, littering and I just,
You boys like Mexico.
I was freaking out, man.
You are freaking out, man.
I was playing ping pong and ding dang.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
Who wants a mustache ride?
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah, me too. Dude, it stinks like sex in here. We got caught up by the repeater. Yeah, that will happen. That will happen.
Okay, there, Mr. Gallifin.
Yeah, you heard him, Gallifin. So.
All right, did we do the whole movie yet? Are we good?
Oh no, we have not. We're barely. We can. I don't think this
58
would.
minutes and 20 seconds left.
We have
We need,
all
if
the
we're going to
time
do
in
the
the
whole movie, we
world.
need maple syrup.
So you got
Oh, that is true. That is true. I mean, actually, yeah, we're gonna need bottles and plastic. It was plastic, which honestly,
Plastic bottles of maple syrup.
so this kind of like I was thinking about this. They're chugging those bottles, man. When you add plastic in, now you can kind of squeeze and get a little extra out of it. If you're chugging syrup. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't forget the cup to balls. If you're sitting there on a glass bottle, you can't. There's no added extra. You just got to let gravity do its thing, So it's kind of cheating. I feel like because it's whoever can like squeeze and chug as hard as they
You
can.
just said that, and I'm still thinking cough.
Next,
What's that? A hernia? That's what you're looking for?
no, it's a hyena. Not a hyena, John.
No, it's Espinosa.
It's
Sorry,
Oh my
I
God.
just looked down and I happen to have that book sitting right there.
oh my god.
Sorry. Anyway, tangent.
Dude, I love when we quote ourselves and then we get into like our own cycle. Like we just can't. It can't stop. It feels so
No,
good.
I think it's Espinosa. Shut up, Ted.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the. Yeah, I feel like that was the correct response. That was warranted and appreciated.
Yeah, you had to stop drinking your beer there because you're about to
Snarf.
snort. I love
Snarf.
using that word. Snort.
How can you not, dude? That's what it is.
That's where it comes out your nose, right?
Well, that's when it just comes out of the top half of you. It might leak out the eyes or the ears, but it just comes out of every
God.
upper orifice. That's snarfing.
I remember snarfing with orange soda. Because
Oh my god.
it burns, man.
It burns.
He gets about Snarf.
It's that extra like citric acid that just it gets you.
Oh,
It just-
Vic.
yeah.
Vic. We're talking about Snarf. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah,
Snarf,
dude.
Snarf. His favorite character, right?
Yeah. That was.
Or was he just joking about that?
I remember him
Oh, I
from
think
South
so.
Park when he made a cameo.
What's that?
He made a Snarf made a camp. Not Vic. Vic was not on South Park.
Wow, what happened?
She does not know Vic, so she wouldn't even know this.
Oh, yeah, Vic. You know Vic.
Who doesn't know Vic? I mean, come on, it's Vic. Yeah, no,
Hi, Vic.
Vic, we love you, bro.
We love you, Dage Mouse. We love you.
But yeah, no, it was making a lot of sounds, but you ain't saying nothing.
That was an entire sentence.
Yeah, no, that was
Nothing.
that was my.
And with the hand gestures, that was an entire coherent sentence.
I was reenacting Apocalypse Now when they were in the cave, like when it was all dark. And
What are the conversations like when you play the game The Sims? Like the little conversations.
here's a,
God.
I found out how now. What? Simony Blomnaha. It was a hustle.
You can hear like a whole argument, and like you can't hear any of the words, but you know it's an argument.
Oh yeah, it is, dude. It gets high pitched and like dude, that just reminded me of the Explorers when the father goes in. Oh, he's really pissed. You guys should go.
Everybody
They're
likes
like, wait a
parents.
minute, they're kids. Oh no, bye. Near.
And he throws their ship out of the.
Far. Oh yeah, he does.
You mean you stole your dad's car?
I mean, you know. What? Oh, dude, the fact that they learned English from watching TV.
Pirates.
Yeah, he's doing like the Johnny Carson show and like the original, like Ed Sullivan and like, oh man.
And we're sorry to see you go home so soon.
Get away, son! You bother me. You bother me. He's got to he's like, fix my antenna, and he starts grabbing the ones on his head. He's like, no, the ones on the back, buddy. Oh, I got your rabbit ears. I got your actual antenna, not your antenna. Oh, sorry. Awkward.
Had a rolls canardly.
It rolls down one hill, can hardly get up the next. Hey, yeah. Dude, I'm telling Explorers on
What
it.
is
Like,
wrong with these guys?
yo, so
Telling you.
I'm telling you right now, Explorers, and we touched on this. So I don't know if you so we had this conversation.
Oh, the shared.
Yeah, so the
shared
circuit
dream, the
boards,
vision.
when we were looking from above and you could see the full layout, and it looks like a relative circuit board setup where it's like, oh, I could see this being some form of, transistor, power generator, something. It always reminds me of Explorers because that's pretty much what they did. They had this aerial view of what this thing should look like, and that's how, the Einstein of the group makes the board. And all of a sudden now they've made this bubble that allows them to defy gravity or gravitational pull or the effect of
Wolfgang.
it. Wolfgang.
Did you see the bug bomb?
I want cheese.
Shut up, Heinlein.
Go to hell. Hello.
We'll just do this for hours.
Dude, we really will.
I'm gonna go ahead and apologize.
I'm gonna go ahead, dude, bro. You can't preface once we're involved. You got to do.
We're way in.
Yeah, but this is appropriate because it's usually more than halfway through. You're like, I'm gonna preface all of what just happened. That's not how prefacing works. That's not what that means.
Gotta do that at the beginning.
I mean, all honest,
I gotta remember to make that part of my thing.
There has been a few
I
times.
apologize ahead of time that
You've done that
6 times in the head. Like,
No,
Maybe
there
it
was.
should be in the intro.
I want to say there
We
was.
apologize now for what you're about to endure.
No, like series 1 and series 2, there was 2 episodes, one of each, where
on
you were just
television?
like, no, you literally came and you're like, all right, here's the deal. I'm just gonna go ahead and you're
like
like
a penguin.
You broke fourth wall. You're like, all right, everybody at home, this is what's gonna happen right now. And he was just like, as soon as he was just like, I've been on a tear, this is how it's gonna happen. Just strap in, we're going. And he would just take off. Which is also the one was the episode.
Oh, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, and he's like, no, I'm finished. That's it. We're finished. We're done. And
You
I'm
talked
like,
for a while.
and I'm like, all right. So what I'm getting? And you know what else? And he went on for like. I was like, all right. So he's not done.
He's not done.
Still going. All right.
That's like a typical talk with a parent, though. It's like, okay, mom, good night. Oh, wait, let me. It's like, mom, I need to go.
It's like
I
when
need to
you're
go. Like 5 minutes later, I still need to go.
It's like when you're holding a friend's hair while they're throwing up. You know,
Oh,
you think they're
God.
about done, you're ready to let go, and they're like, "Grah!" Yeah, that's what I thought of. I don't know. That's my crazy mind.
I
That's
think
because
of-
you're very loving, and you also have very poor choices in friends.
I'm Irish.
Hey, what was that? What do you? Hey, come on.
No, I'm actually quoting something someone said.
Do I?
You weren't there, so you wouldn't get it. But like I walked. It was on St. Patrick's night. We just left the bar and we were all pretty twisted up to begin with, and we were gonna hang out there for a minute and go out to another bar. And we came into the house, and like one of the girls that was with the party was already in the house, in the bathroom. The door was cracked, and she was basically head into the toilet.
Oh.
And in the process of throwing
Praying to the porcelain god.
in the process of, she's quite literally going, I'm Irish.
was hilarious. Dude, what is legendary? I'm ready for round 2. What? No. Bro.
Boot and rally.
Dude, how did your head spin all the way around like that? That was
Right. Yeah, that was what the
Team
frick was
soup.
that?
Boot and rally?
No. What was the movie? The kids in high school playing football together.
Varsity
What?
Blues.
What was that?
Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues.
Yeah. And the center, the biggest, like heaviest guy, he literally like throws up into the freaking clothes washer, and then he goes puke rally, and then woo, and like runs out of the room, and like goes back to drinking again. Like, dude, bro, that's alcohol poisoning. That's your body's rejecting what you're putting in.
I think that was actually
Time to
an
stop
episode
now,
of
Mac.
Drunk History.
Dude, I've done that.
Dude, I love Drunk History. That show is awesome.
Dude, I've done that. You ever done
I've never puked
is
in
it
rally, bro.
the Hour of Power? Is that
Power Hour.
or
Power
Power
Hour.
Hour? I always get it screwed up.
Yeah, that's where you do a shot of beer every minute for 1 hour. That's a
Or
power
a
hour.
And it's like,
Oh
is that
my
an ounce or an ounce and a
God.
half?
No, it's beer. Because if you're doing that, you're talking 60 shots of alcohol. That is literal. I'm going to go to the hospital. Stomach pump now. So, true power hour is a shot of beer, one a
That's
minute.
like some jackass stuff. Didn't they put like
We do not condone or
didn't they put like vodka or gin or something like in one of those drips and like hook it up to
Oh my
Steve-O, I think. They just had him walk the streets in like one of those like little
Johnny's.
hospital gowns.
did you say gownies?
Johnny.
Oh, this is like gownies. I was like, wait, is that like a twist on townies, but with like gowns on? So it's like, look at the gownies. Oh.
You seriously
Oh my
can't
God.
script this.
Maybe
There's
that
no
should
way,
be one of
no how.
Bill's outfits.
Dude, that's him on like Halloween, where he's like, "Oh, look at me! I escaped from a hospital." Ah!
It's gonna be a hospital gown, but it's gonna be with the front open,
Oh my
like it's a bathrobe.
Like it's a. Oh, can I help you?
That's it. That's him.
That guy right here. He did it. He did it. I don't know what he did, but he did it. That guy. Get him.
I don't know what he did, but he did it.
But he's got to like walk around holding the dog too. Oh, can we help you? You know, what? Why would the dog be involved in this? What's going on here?
He's involved in everything.
Lucifer, I see a career for you.
This is my friend. He helps me. Yeah, I like him a lot.
He fetches the lotion.
His name is Bingo. Fetches the lotion. Go get the lotion, but go get the lotion. Oh, that's a good boy. Good boy.
Oh my god.
Have you heard about the benefits of cocoa butter?
Dude.
I can't do the voice.
No, I just literally had PSA of freaking Buffalo Bill. Like, did you know owning a pet reduces stress by 33%?
What's that show? What's the show where they sell stuff on like
Oh,
live
like QVC
TV?
or H. Oh, yeah, the home shopping network. Yeah, there's.
I'm on there selling cocoa butter.
Oh God, no! I literally just got that flashed into my head, like Ron Popeil style. Oh, you just put it on. It's like if you set it and forget it.
Oh my god, it hurts.
It makes it so smooth.
Oh, you should put the lotion on. It does this when it's sold.
Holy shit.
I can't feel my face when I'm with you.
I'm seriously gonna throw up.
Dude, this isn't like a ride at Universal or freaking Six Flags. Holy.
Oh, but it is.
Oh my God.
So many twists and turns you can't keep up.
It's that voice before anything else that I'm like literally crying right now.
Well, dude, I think that's why, like, the whole like margarita joke is why it's.
Seriously one of the scariest movies ever written. I mean, seriously, freakishly scary movie.
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs. But like the minute I heard that voice the first time, I was like, I guess in your mind that is exactly what you think is. That's him. He's guilty. That's him.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, all right. So wait, no, let's do the creepy guy check. Right, checklist on this.
I'm seriously crying right
No,
now.
has cargo van with limited windows. Check.
Like just the one in the back and it's like smoked out or whatever.
Wait, no, it's like the weird like rounded out
bubble?
moon. Yeah, the bubble window, but it's tinted, right? And it's just the one in the back,
Just creepy.
right? It's also got carpeting in the back. All right, dude, it's two checks. 3, lives in the middle of a solid suburban, typical affluent town.
Well, don't blame it on the neighborhood.
No, this is where everybody minds their business, and it's like, oh no, he seems so. I see him on Tuesdays when he takes his garbage out. That's
Well,
it.
It definitely can't be a Three's
seems
Company
so normal.
scenario.
He seems so normal. He's got a panel van with free candy written on the side. Like,
Well, but you don't see
totally
that.
normal.
You never see the panel van because he parks it in his garage and he keeps like his MG or whatever out on the, his like, oh, look, he's got his weekend cruiser. He's one of us.
Or he
Oh.
rides around with his dog in his lap.
You know, right? That's
Yeah.
even worse. He's, oh, look, it's Bingo. Hey, Bingo. Oh, I love my dog. Yeah, it's, I'm telling you, man, this guy, then you add in weird voice. Like, dude, this isn't just like, oh,
Dude, so
no.
I gotta figure out how to do like
no.
I have to figure out how to do like Chris Hansen's voice so he can do like To Catch a Predator and you can be
Oh my God. What's that? No, South Park. Hi, I'm Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen.
No, she said I was just buying some Girl Scout cookies. They said this is where to pick them up. My cousin told me. Right.
don't tase me, bro.
Don't tase me, bro. Oh my god.
I love watching the videos where the guys try to run away. That's hilarious.
When they're walking backwards because they're like, oh, it's rude not to like. I gotta face you when we talk, but
they'll hit him with the
still gonna,
taser and they'll try to keep running.
Oh, dude, no, like you freaking Hangover where he's like, oh, I've seen this before. Sometimes these big guys take 2 to get him down.
You're crazy, man. I like you, man, but you're crazy.
Bro, I was re-listening to that episode where we were talking about adrenaline, and the part where I'm sitting there was just like, I have so much strength. I started laughing and I'm driving. Oh my God.
I'm gonna do that next time I'm like exhausted. I'm just gonna run out of battery like mid-sentence. I'm so exhausted.
Oh my God.
Dude, I told you there was going to be shenanigans.
Seriously cannot script this.
Well, especially with all 3 of us in the studio, and then you add
And
the
that's why-
4th. It's like,
That's why I love that
Yep.
quote, because the what would you say you do quote, because so many people will just, oh, you got a show, what, you a podcast, what do you do, like what do you talk about?
you're about that.
Things.
I don't know, name something. Just
Right. Maybe we should start challenging them, but like, tell me something you talk
no,
about.
we
You're
haven't talked about that. We're gonna do that next.
like, oh, that's a great idea. I'm going to write that down.
This is like the most Robin Williams kind of podcast where they're like, you know what? No, just forget the
that's such a
script. Just let him do his thing. Just let him do his thing.
Dude, honestly,
That
that's
is such a compliment. Yeah.
well, not only that, but that's a solid point. It really is. See, I always say,
I mean, that's the.
A tangent,
What was
man.
it? Aladdin couldn't be nominated. I think it was for adapted screenplay because Robin Williams improv so much that it bumped them out of the nomination category.
oh wow, that's a very little known fact. There you
Interesting
go.
tidbit. And
See,
you know what?
this
You
is
might
why I
want to
like
fact
Trump.
check, but I remember something about his improvisations. It knocked him out of the running for one of the Oscar categories
would
that had
be
to do with
proud of
screenplay
that.
or writing.
About right.
I would too.
I would be proud of that.
See, this is why I like talking to trivia people because we have the most randomest knowledge ever.
Right?
We know the dumbest shit. But like, dude, I can't tell you real stuff. That's why I'm always like, all right, so I don't know nothing. But dude, I really do know stuff.
Next
It
on
just-
another
it
on our
doesn't
next
really-
episode of Useless Facts.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Right?
Fun at parties. I mean,
But yeah, no, I like the
Just bring up like random stuff.
Well, so she said like Robin Williams. I always kind of try to like I would say it was if Joe Rogan had like if every guest he had on was actually one of his close personal friends. Because when he has those people on, they have really serious conversations, but there's tons of laughter. There's ton of like interjection. There's a lot of poking at each other. Whereas on like the standard ones, there's a slightly different levity. It's not as light. It's, you know, it's still like, hey, let's, you know, keep it fun. But so I always think of it more of like, you know, if every episode was just us like interviewing a personal friend about something, because then you can get deep, but you still get like really freaking hilarious. But I like the Robin Williams idea. Thank you for that.
No, that's awesome. I love
Write
that.
write that down.
I feel like, you know, oh, God bless. Rest in peace.
Dude, and
I'm
you
just
know,
saying, like,
Yeah, it still hurts. There's still movies I can't watch.
I think how many? No, but I want to go back and watch them all.
well, see, but I think we can take it if we
Because
can.
there's
Like,
so many good memories attached to the.
let's break fourth wall for the second time this episode. Whether you think your friend is the best person or the happiest, or you know what, still take a second. Always check in with your loved ones. Ask them how they're doing, and just listen. Don't
'Cause
talk, just listen.
It's the silly ones sometimes that have it the roughest. Is that
Well, yes,
kind of what you were
it's
saying?
usually
like,
the ones that seem to
that
be the
outwardly
most
appear to be okay.
Yeah,
or
so if you
really-
have that friend that's just always happy, sit them down and just be like, hey, no, literally, how are you doing? Talk to people, man.
it's a hard one to do because there's so few times in anyone's life where that actually truly gets asked of you. So
Yeah.
out
Well, and
there
there's
to
a
the-
lot of times that people don't want to talk about it. You know, oh, hey, how you doing? I'm doing okay, because
well, yeah,
we're
and, like,
afraid that the moment you say, well, this and this and this, we don't want to deal with that kind of uncomfortable look of, oh God, or I'm so sorry, I didn't know. It's like, okay, we
Well-
don't know how to handle your discomfort, so we just say everything's fine.
Well, and that's where I take issue with PC. You know, that's where I take issue with, like, ignoring a problem doesn't make it go away.
Use
You
the
know?
word
Yep.
to lose the word.
And who cares about being polite if we're talking about years worth of, you know, damage, like mental, physical, whatever is going on with this other person that you have no idea, you know? Just saying.
I know. And as always, dude, no, not
Seriously,
a joke.
yeah,
we're
as usual.
Oh yeah, as usual. Yeah, no, that's so running joke, and I think it really is running joke. We don't as soon as we get to the point where it's like, oh, it's time to go, we really get into something hard.
Well, I mean,
That's where I'm like, dude, we could really
get
do
into, like,
2
the
hours.
best
We
we could
part.
go
really
ahead
could.
and hit the button again and just throw in some additional content. I mean,
Well, this still doesn't change the fact that we have to
this episode is now done.
wrap this.
Yes.
This still has to transpire.
This has to
I'm
happen
sorry,
within the next about
I don't
54 seconds.
hate to be
So
the
long,
This
farewell,
message will
auf Wiedersehen,
explode.
good night.
There we go.
yes. Oh yeah. So all right, quick plug. Marissa, go ahead. Who are you? Where are you at?
I'm Marissa Weber, and I am a all-around performing arts fanatic. I am with Team Trivia. I run trivia shows. I am a professional pirate performer with Shadow Players of North Carolina, and I'm also a cosplayer with Project Superhero, a volunteer actress with Jacksonville Performing Arts, and I'm a professional siren portrayer, so I get to wear a tail and swim around. A little bit of everything.
And now you've proven that you have a very nice radio voice.
Yeah. I mean,
Thank you.
this is what we do here at I'm Telling You with your host Philly D,
Mr. Gemini.
fact checker extraordinaire. Give him.
JD clickety clacka.
Yeah. And as always, family, we appreciate you. Be good to yourself. Be good to everyone else.
Much love.
Peace.
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 Fair winds and following seas.